Hey, what's up, America? The angry black man is in effect. We still here, baby. Just want to go over a quick review since we back on. Of course, we talking about Soul Solar LLC. That's my own limited liability company as far as being able to promote solar education to black America. Man, we need to go ahead and get on this revolution as far as the way we use energy. But we got to bring black people along too. We just cannot let this engine of industry and technology go by without us being on that train. We got to be there with it. So yes, quick review. Like I was talking about, we're going through the 5-year pilot plan. Just 5 years, that's all I ask, to be able to get some renewable energy education in these black solar schools going. These areas are not set in stone yet. These are just people that I've worked with in the past. And I know we have opportunities there. So like I said, this is not set in stone. Any area that's going to give us the most support and be, more receptive of us, give us these opportunities, that's where we're going to go. But for right now, just for the examples, we'll start with these, which will be the New York City area. We definitely got many opportunities in the New York City area. I've been talking with the urban leagues around that area and just some of the utilities there with Con Edison and some of the New York utilities, NYSERDA, and everything happening in that area. This would be a good place to have a school. Washington, D.C., they definitely have an urban area there of where Exelon is a utility there, and they want to bring megawatts of energy into the Exelon utility footprint. So New York, Washington, D.C., Chicago. I'm currently working with 5 suburbs there right now, 5 boroughs of Chicago that want to go solar. So we have a lot of opportunities there with Con Edison and the Chicago area. New Orleans, of course, where all the destruction has happened with the late hurricanes. And the Entergy, as far as the utility down there, they need to build up from the ground up down there. There's so much messed up with the electrical infrastructure down there. We can work for the next 100 years down there and still not create a big dent. Of course, we got to have California on this. They're already a leader in solar energy education and innovation, as California, of course, leads the nation in solar that has been installed and taken advantage of solar. So we want to work with San Diego Gas and Electric down there to see what we can do. And I got a couple figures here that I wrote down, which is, we want to start with 25 megawatts in each area. That'll be part of this 5-year pilot plan. So after 5 years and doing a total of 25 megawatts in each area, as far as totals, and that would be 100 125 total megawatts put into the energy grid. Now that's not beans, people. That's a lot of solar. That's several thousand houses. That's hundreds of businesses. And the possibilities of creating solar-only communities, of where communities in certain towns or certain areas of the United States are completely run by solar. We literally have a completely solar community right now, right outside of Fort Myers, called Babcock Ranch. They have almost and 100 megawatt array there just to power this town. Right outside of Fort Myers, Florida. Actually, it's just a little northeast of Fort Myers, but it's a beautiful town, up and coming. They're selling there right now. Actually, we're looking to put a house there ourselves as well as offices. So not only will we have the 125 megawatts total put into the grid, we could have 500 students at each site after this 5 years, which will give us $25 certified solar installers. So yes, people, if we could just start in these couple areas, and just like I said, this is open to interpretation. We want to find out which utility has the most interest. We want to find out which community has the most interest and be able to bring that there, because we know that they'll support us in being able to get all this solar into that local grid, strengthen that grid, electrify the grid for our future, because everybody knows our current grid is old and antiquated. We overload it all the time. We had blackouts in Texas this year. We've had blackouts in the Northeast around the New York City area this year when it got hot. So by introducing this solar in distributed generation, instead of one solar plant out in the middle of nowhere, we make our grid more solid and secure. So one more time, 25 megawatts, 500 students in the Chicago area, 25 megawatts, 500 students in the New York City area, in the Washington, D.C. area, in the New Orleans area, in the Southern California, San Diego area. As part of this 5-year pilot plan, will give us 125 total megawatts within our energy grid and 2,500 certified solar installers. Now, like I said, I've been trying to do this for 16 years. Man, I've been to every government agency that asked for, I don't know how much money, applied for grant after grant after grant, applied for loan after loan after loan. Man, nobody believes that black people can do solar, not even black people. I just cannot get through that, man. Black people have the ability because we have black economic power. And one thing that I refuse to do, I refuse to start out small. I don't want to start in one little corner somewhere, go good for about 2 or 3 years, then lose the money, then have to fail. Our world is more valuable than that. Our children are more valuable than that. We've got to make the big investment in this plan, in the solar plan. Because like I'm saying, I'm not wanting to go under in 3 to 5 years. I want this to last forever. We want to be able to monitor their systems for 25 years to make sure that they do work and make sure that we satisfy our obligation to the utility, which would be 25 megawatts within that 5-year period. Total of 125 after the 5-year pilot plan. And then after that, we could go ahead and dispute, argue, and do everything that we're very good at. So like I'm saying, I've went to all the government agencies for this monies to be able to do this, to start these solar schools. I already have the designs and everything. That's in the previous videos. But I wrote down just 5 individuals of where we can get angel investor money, seed money, whatever we need to do to take this to this next level. And of course, black money. Oprah Winfrey. Now, I think Oprah's got so much money. If she lived to be 350 years old, she can never spend the money that she has. She's a super billionaire. So several hundred million, a million, whatever the case may be. I'm not going to ask for that much money. But Oprah Winfrey can be open enough to be able to give some money to this venture to try to get black people educated in solar energy. I believe Tyler Perry is one. Tyler Perry, you have to give that man his props. He started from nothing, apparently through abuse in his childhood, and has got to the point of where he's super wealthy now. Got his own studio in Atlanta. Actually, we have a solar plan for the studio down there. So, Tyler, when you're ready, actually I'm going to approach you here a little bit later, or hopefully you'll hear about this video series, and you'll want some solar down there at the fort to go on top of your studios. Then you'll never have to pay Georgia Power for the power to do all your shows and your movies. It's a win-win for black people. Jay-Z and Beyonce, I see where they're, well, of course, they're mega stars too. They got all kind of money, music, design, fashion. I mean, she got the Ivy Park clothing. Ice Cube, I see where he just finished another season of Big 3 basketball. He's got numerous movies out there. Man, I must have watched, since I've been going through this pandemic and COVID and my wife leaving me everything, man, I must have seen Friday, next Friday, and the Friday after next over 3,000 times a piece. So, I mean, Ice Cube still get residual money from things he did years ago. Plus, he still got Big 3 basketball. He still got Cube Vision. He's still doing what he does. Even Van Jones. Van Jones used to be President Obama's green czar. He was actually in charge of renewable energy, the green program. And the Obama administration was so lax and so down on this. I mean, they just didn't know. I mean, uneducation is what's doing all this. And that's why I want to get to the educational side of this. Uneducation is why this thing's not going nowhere. So Van Jones actually quit President Obama's team to bring black people into renewable energy and clean energy. He just got an $100 million check from the Bill Gates Foundation to further climate issues. $100 million to further climate issues. I got a national plan to get schools out there, to get megawatts into the grid, to get students to be solar qualified, and that's not worth a thought? Like we're saying, that's just 5 examples of the black money we have here. Don't get me wrong, I'm not down on these people because Oprah has been very successful. Tyler has, Jay-Z, Beyonce, Ice Cube, and Van Jones. But the core of what they do is still entertainment. Still entertainment. We still got to watch an Oprah Winfrey interview. We still got to watch another Tyler Perry TV series. We still got to listen to another Jay-Z and Beyonce song, or wear Ivy Park clothing, or watch basketball, Big 3 Ice Cube. You know, another movie. Van Jones, he's on TV, on CNN. I got a lot of respect for Van because at least he had the vision a long time ago, and he quit out of frustration during the Obama administration. Brother, you got to get back on board, man. We got to promote black people being in clean energy. You know, not only with Solar, but like I'm saying, we already have Ego. I have Ego, which is an all-electric rental car company. You cannot rent a gas car from Ego. It has to be a Volt, a Leaf, a Mustang, a Tesla, whatever the case may be, a Ford. I guess Ford is getting ready to do everything electric now. Man, we can have the all-electric rental car company. These are good ideas that we have here, that I have here. Just need a little support. So, like I said, I'm not down in these guys here, but these people have disposable wealth. They could give me angel money. They could give me seed money to start the plans, laying the plan. They don't have to pay for the whole thing. Just give me something so I can start the plan to have these schools in these targeted areas to be able to get people trained and start putting electricity, solar electricity into the grid. Not only will we do homes, businesses, and solar communities, man, it'll just change the mindset and give people high-paying, high-skilled jobs. So that was your review of Soul Solar, of the Get Real hashtag, of what the 5-year pilot plan entails. Just like I said, the next couple videos, we will literally be out in the field at a couple arrays, and I'm going to show you personally how to configure these, put these together, and tie them into the house. Until then, Angry Black Man, signing off. Take care, America.